the second part of that, when he was talking about using Dobbs in more of like a slash type role, like I said, if it's a full offseason where you get to formulate that package and you also get to see if he can continue to be productive doing so, sure. I mean, we already know he can run the zone read. We saw that yesterday. I do feel like he can pass a lot better than Taysom Hill. We just didn't use him really throwing the ball at all yesterday. But I think he's a better passer than Taysom. So you got that element of it as well, right? I don't know what his hands are like though. In terms, I was going to
ask. Yeah, I mean, could you see him playing tight end or receiver?
Definitely not tight. He's way too small for a tight end. But in terms of some of the receiver stuff, yeah, I mean, the same way they use Taysom Hill outside of like the pure just running back or lead block stuff that he does, you can do similar things with Dobbs. Like I said, my biggest thing is I don't know how good he can catch. So in terms of splitting them out,
you think he could do the route running though and everything, all that type of stuff? He's a great
athlete. Like I don't like people don't understand like how good an athlete Dobbs is. Dobbs can run. He's very shifty. Like he knows what he's doing. I mean, it was on his tape even at Tennessee. Like he can move, but it's a difference between being able to move and being a receiver. You know what I mean? It's a difference between being fast and being a running back. Like it's a lot that goes into it from a technique standpoint and just understanding the position. So that's why to me, and he's a brilliant mind. You know, his track record speaks for itself. He's my rocket scientist friend. I always tell people like I know a rocket scientist. I know one. That's him. All right. So trust me, he's more than smart enough to do it. I can assure you of that. But I just don't know. Like I said, from a catching standpoint, can he catch? I've never seen him have to like catch passes. Like you catching a snap is different. Like out of the shotgun versus like if Ben were to throw him a ball 20 yards downfield. Like I've just never seen it. I haven't. And we know a guy like Deontay who is his profession. It's not always that easy. And this is a guy who's close to 100 catches. It's still not that easy. Like, so that's why for me, I'm just like, I would need to see more of that before I would say, yeah, you could use him that full gamut that way. Just don't know yet.
It would be dope. Was Kordell's number, it was 10. Is it always 10? It would be dope seeing number 5 out at receiver and stuff. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think it would be hard. I just don't know if he can catch. I don't know. Can he catch? If anyone has seen footage of Dobbs catching, let me know. I've just never seen it. Like I've seen him play catch. Like when this warm up, we thought no, I haven't because they don't even catch the ball. They have a receiver that catches the ball on the throwback, and the receiver hands it to the quarterback because they don't want to risk the quarterback jamming a finger, obviously catching the ball. So yeah, I don't know. I've never seen him catch the ball before. So yeah, if anyone has seen it, let me know. If he can catch, then yes, I would love that because I think he could open up a lot as we saw yesterday. And especially whenever it may happen when that transition from Ben does start, you want to find different ways to minimize some of these younger quarterbacks that you're going to have. And that's kind of what they did with Mason yesterday. They minimized a little bit of his exposure by using Dobbs with some of those run plays like that to just give teams a different look, give the defense something that they can't just fire off on, you know?
And I got to assume Dobbs is going to be back on the roster next year, right?
I feel like he will. Yeah. I mean, he's going to be super cost efficient. I mean, regardless of, because I want to say this is the only issue now because he was released. I don't know how his contract still plays out because initially it was a 4-year deal, but then obviously with them trading him and then him getting released by Jacksonville, I don't know if they just picked up the deal as if it was regular or if they did a new
it's a 1-year deal.
1 year. You see what I mean? Either way it was going to be the final because this is his 4th year, so either way it was going to be the final year of his deal. But I just don't know like the numbers and everything associated with that in terms of
if it's going to have to be a 5th-year option.
Right. It wouldn't be that because he wasn't a first rounder, but in terms of tendering him and things like that, like was he restricted, unrestricted? I haven't looked into all that.
Oh, that's interesting. So the 5th-year option is only first rounders.
Yeah, only first rounders.
So Juju, we don't have that for
Correct.
Juju.
Yeah, only first rounders. That's why you got to go franchise tag for the other guys, you know?
He's unrestricted then, Juju.
Yeah, Juju be unrestricted. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. That's why we keep saying with Juju, if he stays his hometown discount, he can get more in the open market. But if you're the Steelers, you can't overpay him when you still have other guys you got to really compensate for. So that's the whole thing with that, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But with Dobbs, the reason I don't know if it's restricted or unrestricted, because typically if he played his rookie deal as, the 4 years clean, then he would be unrestricted because that was what I was. You play as a later round pick, play your 4 years, never cut, never practice squad, you're good to go. Unrestricted, hit the free market. If you get released and they bring you back, though, sometimes your contract will shift. In that final year, you'll be a restricted free agent, meaning you don't have the luxury of just going out there and signing with whoever. And the reason it's important is this: when teams decide if a person is restricted, they can tender you and saying, okay, original round tender. So for him, he's a 4th round pick, meaning if another team wanted to sign Dobbs, not only do they got to sign him to a contract, they would have to give up a 4th round pick for that as well to us. So if you go 4th round or original round tender, 2nd round tender, or 1st round tender, those are the 3 levels of a tender. they all vary in millions. Obviously, first round is going to be as if he was a first round draft pick. That pays a lot higher. If he was a second round tender, it's going to be in the $2 to $3 million range. And then original round, fourth round, they'll probably be around $1 to $2 million. So you could just see the different tiers of that. But for each tier, if a team wanted to sign you, you got to give up a draft pick and give him that money. So that's the biggest reason why it's a big deal if he's restricted versus unrestricted in terms of them retaining him. But I don't think it's going to be an issue either way, just because he doesn't have an extensive amount of film, whereas Juju has a ton of film. So even if he was restricted, it was going to be one of those Victor Cruz type scenarios where you're going to still have to pay this guy a ton of money to keep him because other teams are going to want him.
Seems like he wants to stay. You're seeing some stories being floated out there and everything. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking with Dobbs, though. I mean, if he's just going to be on the roster anyway, this isn't a bad idea at all.
It's not.
It's really not.
I feel like that utilizes his gifts.
Because I'm against having Ben come off the field. But, I'll be open to things, especially, if we have Dobbs and we do this type of thing, it's better than any of these damn reverses we've been doing. I'll put it that way.
And shout out to Randy Fiegner, too. He listened to our show. Because he did not run not one jet sweep. And he didn't even think about using Claypool to jet sweep. Because if he did, I was going to run all the way to Cleveland. I was in Pittsburgh. I was going to run all the way to Cleveland and give him the old-fashioned stone cold stun. I'm telling you now. Just give him that one. Glass breaking and everything. Just telling you.
Yeah, I'd be open to, I guess, some of that stuff. We'll see.
All right. I like that's growth from you, though.
It's getting there, dude. It's getting there. Like I said.
New year, new Deke?
I don't know. I don't know about that, dude.
New year, new Deke. There you go.
I will tell you this, though. I don't know if the one time it doesn't work, the next year, I'm probably going off. I want to be positive. Like I said, it was a fun game. It was a fun vibe. We have Dobbs come back. We talked about like Randall L, Kordell Stewart. Like, that'd be cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, would. If he's gonna be on the roster anyway, this would be an added element because we don't have that right now.
Yeah,
we just don't have that. That would be pretty cool.
And that segment was brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sports booking app. Not only is it safe, but it is secure. And we love reliability. And that is also what DraftKings is, man. They are very much reliable. And for all the first-time users out there. The first-time users, right? We all were a first-time user. We all were there before.
Mm-hmm.
But for all the first-time users out there, if you use the promo code MOATS, you will receive up to $1,000 in deposit bonus money. So, what are you waiting on?
I'm really not sure.
No, like seriously, what are you waiting on? Download the app, use the promo code, and get an opportunity to make a little money.